Alright guys, so without further ado, let's get the second half started. For this half, I'd like to call a very special guest, a good friend of mine. I'm not allowed to talk about her job because it's very secretive. So let that sink in for a little bit. Big round of applause for the very wonderful, very beautiful Clara David! Another word maybe?
Blackout.
Blackout.
Oh. Nipples.
Nipples.
Wind chimes.
Nipples and wind chimes.
Fudgecraft.
What? Fudgecraft?
Fudgecraft. It's hard to hear.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Fudgecraft.
I love fudgecraft. Okay. The nipples makes me think of this time when I guess I was 14 or 15, and I took the train into New York City with two of my best friends, and my one best friend decided to get her nipples pierced at 15. And yeah, I had to watch her get her nipples pierced by this really sketchy dude on St. Mark's Place, you know, at the New. And you never would have been able then to predict what happened to this girl years later.
PhD.
She got her nipples pierced that fateful day. And yeah, both nipples pierced. And it was very scarring, you know, mentally. But yeah, then now let's fast forward a little, and she then kind of I feel horrible telling that story actually. But she, a very bright girl, but she went to college, and instead of doing anything else, she ended up sleeping with a mechanic who was working on her car at Arizona State University, and she got pregnant, and got very pregnant.
Like 9 months pregnant?
Had to drop out of college, you know, moved to Missouri. I went to visit her when she was about 8 months pregnant. By this point, we're like 20. And yeah, this guy who had knocked her up had like tattoos on the back of his shaved head, you know, really, really sketchy dude. And she was like, no, we love each other, it's okay, we're gonna make this whatever, we're gonna be all fine. And then ultimately, her dad had to drive across the country to go pick her up because James, man of the tattoos on the back of the head and auto mechanic glory, had not only had slept with his aunt, his aunt, named Sherry. And so, anyways, the point is, you never would have predicted that moment when I saw her get her nipples pierced that she would have.
James the mechanic.
James the mechanic.
It's all downhill.
The aunt was Cherry, not blood aunt. It was his uncle's wife. But I don't know why.
So they're not still together?
All right, boys and girls. So that is why you should never get anything pierced. Okay. Thank you for coming to the Scared Straight program.
I hate field trips.
So, I mean, my mom has her ears pierced and she doesn't have AIDS.
Well, she might. Okay?
I'm gonna miss your mom.
Well, it's not all bad, okay? There's a lot of treatment options out there, and you can have her come talk to us here at the clinic.
Okay.
Any other questions, kids?
Yes.
Please.
I don't understand how getting one's the nose pierced causes Ebola.
Oh.
Yeah, because we're taking biology and we were told that Ebola is usually transferred via like fluids, like coughing and you know.
Is it called a labrum?
That's actually not the word I thought you were going for, but I so that's what you're going to say. Actually, kids, what your school doesn't tell you is that piercings are a pact with the devil. And it's the scientific conspiracy that makes you think that you're safe if you just follow basic, hand washing and other rules. Yes, please.
Why are we having this lesson in an alley?
Well, kids, it's because I want you to feel like what it's really going to be like after you get a piercing and you're destitute and living on the streets for the rest of your very short, miserable lives.
Any other question?
Please.
If I tell you that I like your neck tattoo, can I go home?
Well, you noticed it. Now that's a little loophole actually with the devil, is that if you get tattoos, it wards them off and you're a saint. And you can do no wrong. For example, you can sleep with whoever you want with no consequences.
Maybe your mom did that.
She doesn't have any neck tattoos.
It's better if it's cursive.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, please.
I was just wondering about your t-shirt. The end is nigh.
That's right. Well, the devil is within us all, and one day he'll reach his fiery hand out of your throats and kill the people you love most. Yes, please.
When are you gonna unchain my leg?
Now, son, what were they saying about me at school?
Well, they said a lot of stuff.
Uh-huh.
And it wasn't school. It was more like Timmy and I, we kind of got left behind. Like we were going slow to the bus, and then this sort of like withered hand came out of the shadows and yanked us in an alley, and we were treated to a very unorthodox lesson about the devil and his sinister designs for us. And then it said you had AIDS.
That sounds wonderful, sweetie. Oh, hey, did you see Mom got a new cursive neck tattoo?
Oh.
I was just at the mall.
Funny enough, we talked about that. The very helpful, I don't know if it was a man or a woman, to be honest, but it said that protects you from, Satan.
Satan's wrath, yeah. That's what the person at the mall said as well. I figured I could trust you. So I got a neck tattoo. It's on sale. Turns out he had a Groupon he had printed out for it already. Such a nice man.
He printed out the Groupon for
He
me.
printed out the
There's a
Groupon.
pile of about 50 other dishes on the counter.
Huh, where did those come from? Anyway.
How old do I have to be to get my first ward against evil?
How old are you again?
7, Mom.
7. Sorry, Mom lost a lot of blood today during 7.
Oh, you came back.
Yeah, my mom wrote this waiver that says that I'm allowed to undergo whatever treatment's necessary to make me undesirable to
Satan?
Beelzebub and his ilk.
Sure. Yeah, that looks legitimate. Looks like she signed it in her own blood, so AIDS-free because of the tattoos. That's great. Sure. And lucky for you, you wouldn't be able to afford this as a 7-year-old. But I haven't.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Can I see what the cost is, though?
Oh, absolutely.
One everlasting soul. Okay.
That's right.
I have that. It's a cure.
Great. Well, luckily you get to keep it because this little piece of paper stands for it instead. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to do this freehand and with a...
I can see you constructed your own tattoo gun.
Well, you didn't tell anybody about us being on this date, did you, Harold?
I made a post on Facebook. I don't have many friends though.
Alright, does my sister know?
She's one of my friends. She is my one friend. She probably knows.
So my sister knows we're on this date?
Yes.
We're gonna make this quick then.
My intention exactly.
Ah, wonderful. Well then maybe you could be so kind as to step off that stool. I like my men short.
And I gotta put my hat on.
Put your hat on, Gnome.
Pierce me. Give me a piercing.
Where do you want it? How about on the labelio? Is that this thing right here?
It's around there.
Around there.
Okay, stop. I do not think this act is going to be good for the people in the circus. This is not enough blood splatter or vicious animals, you know. The tattooing, the piercing is...
Give me a break. I need to be back on top.
Sorry, I'm just trying to do anything I can. He's family, you know?
Look, how about we have, I have a wonderful vicious horse who can bite you about the head and neck. This will be fun.
He's the one who needs to be back in the
I want to see you! Me! You are larger, you have more blood, you have a larger blood sac.
My family is known for large
I see people basically as large sacks of blood. This is how I see the people around me.
He's self-piercing.
He's a funny businessman.
You better get him a tattoo or else he's gonna get